David, you're just hours away from South Africa's first ever World Cup final. How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's unbelievably excited. I think, as everyone knows, it's the first final for us, so pretty special. All the guys have been playing really well, but just really looking forward to it. I think it's a great opportunity.
No one needs to remind a South African cricketer about semi-final heartache. 7 semi-final losses. Is it nice to finally get that monkey off your back?
Definitely. It is something that's obviously haunted us over so many years, but I think the way the game goes in cricket, it's quite difficult, it's just one of those things. We've been unlucky with some rain and certain results in the past, and it hasn't been ideal, but great to get it off.
Have you felt that's something for previous generations? I know you lost the recent one in the 50-over World Cup as well. Have you felt that's associated with this team or a past generation?
No, definitely not this team. I feel, I really do think it's an individual thing, but it has, I think, been more of a past generational thing. But this team has been playing for some time now and really built some really good confidence. So it's been good. And
after a load of very tight games in the group stages, to have a comfortable win against Afghanistan, that's quite important in back-to-back tight semi-final, final turnover.
Yeah, for sure. I think, looking at different results in other tournaments, winning tournaments, I think winning those close games are really important. And we've kind of happened to have really close games in all our games, except for the semi-final. So it was really nice to get over that line the other day. And I think it's definitely created a bit of character, this tournament, and guys are just built on that confidence from each other.
I was going to ask you that because some say, I've spoken to Owen Morgan about it, Owen feels that if you have a load of tight games, it takes a lot of energy out of you leading up to a final. You feel it's actually built some character and team spirit almost in the South African side.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just one of those things where, for me personally, I feel the guys have certainly rejuvenated each other. As I said, built a lot of confidence on top of those results, and then having a fairly easy result in the sense chasing 57 the other day on a tricky wicket, but doing it with convincingly was good going into this game.
You say tricky wicket. There was that week in New York, 3 games there. The top order struggled, obviously, on a very tricky pitch. How proud are you of what you did there, getting them out of trouble? And that game against England, that proved to be a crucial game to top the group, the way you played there as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think when we've spoken about it, the whole tournament, there's been tricky wickets. There hasn't been one, great wicket. So it's been good for us, and kind of feel like we prepped for the final now. Whatever wicket kind of gives us, we're ready for it. It has been nice and consistent in performances throughout, with different players doing well, and that for me is a good sign of a winning team. We're not relying on one person, so different guys have contributed throughout.
I can mention one person though, your skipper, Aiden Marram. He's relatively new to international captaincy, but he's almost already become a serial winner as far as captaincy. Under-19 World Cup a decade ago, he won that as captain. SA T20, he's won it twice already. What makes him such a good leader?
Yeah, he's done phenomenally well. For me, I just see he's calm. He's, whatever he says, people follow. He's got that natural leading ability. I feel like it's a gift. So, certain people have it, certain people don't, and he certainly has that. And he's obviously a great player. He leads from the front in terms of performances on the field and batting. But just the calmness for me stands out.
I mentioned SA T20 there. Speak to a lot of people. They say that is a really good competition. Graham Smith had to make some difficult decisions about sending test players away or not sending, keeping them away for SA T20. It looks like that was the right decision because the white ball side's going in the perfect direction.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a tournament. You look around the world with all the tournaments nowadays, I truly believe it does bring a lot of competitiveness, and obviously the local boys learn a lot from the overseas players. So I think it can only do better, benefit Cricket South Africa, and it's really good to see a tournament like that kick off it's only been 2 years and been so successful. So it's really encouraging to see, and a lot of guys are really learning a lot from the overseas players and mixing with a lot of the South African guys. These tournaments, you've got South African and overseas, so it's great.
Talking about which, you're coming up against India. Obviously, you know them well from IPL cricket. Your top order know them well. Most of your side know them well. What have you made of them in this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously a great team. They're well balanced. They've got their spinners, pace, batters, great fielding units. So overall, I mean, obviously a great team with all the experience in T20 and IPLs that they have. But we all know that we've been really consistent this tournament. Guys are really confident as well and put in good performances. But I think it's on the day, whoever kind of delivers their best performance and is calm under pressure. All the cliche words in that sense. So I think it's going to be a great contest, and we're certainly looking forward to it.
We landed late last night, and there was a lot of Indian fans flying in from various parts of the world. I'm looking around your hotel, and there's a lot of Indian fans. Last time they were in a final, Australia silenced that crowd. How important is it you do the same tomorrow? Because it's going to be a sea of blue again.
Yeah, definitely. We're expecting that. We're expecting, to be the underdogs in terms of the crowd, and we pretty used to that now with all the cricket that's going on. Playing in front of so many people. There is a huge amount of people here, Indian fans at our hotel, so it's pretty much in our face. But I think the guys are all prepped in that department.
One final question. You're a proud South African. What would this mean to South Africa and South Africans to win this tournament?
Look, I already see some videos back at home, the fans and people of South Africa, getting amongst and behind us. The Rugby World Cup, we've done really well in the last 25 years, or whatever it is, and they've been inspirational to many. And I think in South Africa, there's a lot going on, as everyone knows, but this certainly is what the people need, is inspiration through sport, and it certainly does bring people together. So I know that everyone's going to be behind us back at home, and we hugely appreciate all the support, and I think it's going to mean a huge amount. All the guys understand what it means, and are going to play for whatever they can.